The Hanse 385 is a modern sailboat, great for either shorthanding or sailing with non-sailor crew, great for overnights or day sails on the bay. The Hanse has a comfortable design, modern features, twin helm, and a self-tacking jib. Let's spend some time looking at these specific features so that you can have a safe and enjoyable sail. When this boat is put away, it's supposed to be in the center of the slip to protect the hull. However, our winds generally come slightly from the south, and with as much freeboard as this boat has, the wind will tend to blow it onto the north side of the dock. For that reason, when you come back, you always have people step off on the south side of the dock and hold the boat against the south side to avoid damage on the north side of the boat. However, when you come to the boat at the beginning, it will be in the middle, and to get people on board, you will need to bring it over to the south side of the dock. Pull the fenders touch. That's good, Cam. Go ahead and tie it back off. The first thing you do before you do anything else with shore power is turn these breakers to the off position. You do not switch them back on until the end of the day when the shore power is fully connected and all the settings on the boat are where they should be. This is for safety. There should be no power in the line while you are working with the shore power on the boat. Yeah, we can add that the shore power is in the port aft line locker. To disconnect shore power, you need to move the locking latch back and then squeeze the retaining clips before rotating about 10 degrees to remove the shore power. Putting it back, you just reverse it. Push it on, rotate it in place, and lock it off. The Hanse 385 comes equipped with a dual helm. However, it only has one rudder, so it does still have prop walk. It doesn't particularly affect the performance or handling of the boat, either in marina procedures or when sailing. It just makes it easier to stay on the high side and control the boat without having a huge center wheel as some boats have. However, you must do your marina procedures from the starboard helm because there is only engine control on the starboard side. If you try to do marina procedures from the port side, you will not be able to shift into forward, reverse, or control your speed. The autopilot control is right near the primary winch. It is possible for someone operating the primary winch to reach down and rest their hand on this and accidentally engage the autopilot. You want to remind everybody on board to avoid that, and if it happens, your wheel will lock up. You can disengage it by pressing standby repeatedly. If that does not disengage it, you can press mode until your helm returns. Your helm will not return immediately, so press these once or twice and then see if you get helm and go back and forth until your helm returns. The primary winches on the Hanse 385 are the aft winches because it's been laid out for single-handed or light-handed sailing. However, sometimes this does not provide enough power. You find yourself trying to turn this winch and you can't. If that becomes the case, put one wrap around this winch, use it as a turning block, and then go back to this larger winch here to get more pull power. A nice feature of the Hanse 385 is that she has line lockers that both keep lines out of the way, out from underfoot, and protects them from sun damage. However, a slight design error in this particular model is that when you open the starboard line locker and then go to close it again, it catches on the adjustable backstay. So please remember when opening and closing the starboard line locker to hold the adjustable backstay out of the way to prevent damage to the boat. When crew is moving around the cockpit, obviously they need things to hold on to. There are plenty of railings to hold on to on this boat. The two things that you should emphasize that they not hold on to is the alternate wheel, because that will take it out of your hands. The other thing is this console. This is a high-end marine instrumentation system that is only held in place by a plastic piece here. If your crew goes to grab this, this can actually snap off, which is a very costly mistake. Remind your crew not to grab onto this device if they need balance. There are rails right close by on either side of it. Do not grab these. The center cockpit table has a well in it that appears to be an ice box. However, it is a refrigerator that has been disabled. Please do not try to use it for refrigeration, and definitely do not use it for an ice box, as it has no drainage. A unique feature of the Hanse 385, at least in our fleet, is the self-tacking jib. The jib has a track, a traveler track, just like the main. What this means for you when sailing the boat is that if you are tacking or jibing from the same angle to the reciprocal angle on the other tack, you do not need to adjust the jib sheets. The only time you need to adjust the jib sheets is when you change your point of sail. You do, however, need to be cautious of this when going forward, because if the boat does tack while someone is forward of the mast, this is going to come across just like the main sheet traveler on any other boat. The other important feature of the self-tacking jib is that there is only one jib sheet. That jib sheet is led to the starboard side, so adjustments to the jib can only be made on the starboard side of the boat. The self-tacking jib has a fairly large metal plate at the clew. Therefore, it is important that you not furl the jib all the way around. Do not furl past the point shown in this video, or you can cause tearing where the metal plate meets the sailcloth. The AC power panel, which is the shore power panel, is also underneath the nav station. When shore power is properly connected and the breaker is in the on position and has not been reset, both these lights will be green. If you are unable to get these lights to light up green and you think shore power is properly connected and this switch is in the up position, please come to Fleet Services for assistance. The house battery switch is located underneath the nav station. The off position is the 2 o'clock position. It clicks to on at 4 o'clock. Cut. For the anchor windlass to work, the house power needs to be on. It does not run off engine power, and in addition, you need to switch on the anchor windlass button on the electrical control panel. This is the docking port for your smartphone or iPad or other USB port audio device. You will need your own cable. To access the engine batteries, you need to open the panel at the aft corner of the galley. Reach inside and you will find a switch similar to the house battery switch that is on in the 4 o'clock position, off in the 2 o'clock position, on the opposite end of this wall. Don't know how better else to describe it. To get the head ready for use, the first step is to locate the access panel and the suction cup that allows you to remove panels from the cabin sole. The suction cup is located in a pouch just below the sink. The access panel for the head inlet is just outside the head, between the sink and the head. Press down on the suction cup, the panel lifts away, and then it has a standard valve which you open in order to be able to use the head. The liquid petroleum gas solenoid is located next to the nav station. Please make sure that that is turned off unless you are on an overnight charter and planning to use the stove, in which case you should obtain additional instruction about using the galley for cooking. please ask the OCSC staff for additional information on galley procedures. To access any of the panels in the cabin sole, you need to use the suction cup, except the wine cellar, which is immediately accessible. There's only one operational refrigerator on the boat. It's built into the countertop and also has an access door below. It is a true refrigerator. There is refrigeration electronics on the nav station. It does not have drainage. Please do not use it as an ice chest. The Hanse 385 has an electronic ignition. That means that the power switch on the console in the cockpit must also be turned on in addition to the electrical power down below. Otherwise, none of the other features will operate. You switch the power on, you then hit the start button. If you turn the power off, you will not be able to stop the engine because there is no fuel kill switch without power. Therefore, when you start the engine, you turn this on, and you do not turn this button off until you are done shutting down the engine.